Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Jada Bailey, Mindful Mage. And you know what really chafes my chitlins? I've been going through my comments and I've been on Witch Talk a lot for the last couple weeks. And I cannot with all the misinformation and the misconceptions about witchcraft and witches and practicing the craft in general. It's a pain in my ass, quite frankly. I'm going to be honest. Some of these things we've already talked about on my channel, but they come up so much that I feel the need to reiterate. So today, we're going to cover a few of those topics, just a few misconceptions about witchcraft. And so you don't have to stare at my face the whole time, I'm going to talk about it while I make my good fortune banana bread. It's so good. If you are interested in trying my good fortune banana bread for yourself, I won't be providing instructions in the video, but I will leave the recipe and instructions in the little, info box below. And actually, before I even get to the banana bread, I just want to jump in with the biggest irksome one I hear all the time, the one that is the largest thorn in my ass, which is the belief that witchcraft and witches in general are evil. Like, they're going to hell just because, the Bible says this, and that about witches. People will literally take the name or title witch and they will run with that alone, holding firm in their ignorance as if that validates the whatever beliefs they have about who and what you are without knowing any more about you. Most people won't even bother to ask, well, what does that mean? Like, what is a witch in this day and age? What exactly do you do? If they had, more often than not, they would find themselves with an understanding that completely contradicts what they thought they knew. But I've said this before, I will say it again and a million times over if necessary. There is nothing inherently evil about being a witch, calling yourself a witch, or practicing witchcraft. Much like all things where humanity is concerned, it is your intentions behind your actions that determine your character in your heart. So it doesn't really matter what you're doing. If you're practicing medicine or witchcraft or backflips, whatever it is that you do with your time, it's in your intentions behind that. If you aim to go out into the world and inflict pain and malice and harm wherever you go, I mean, you can do that in witchcraft, you can do that in really any practice, in any position, in any place. Clearly, we see enough of it on the news and just in general. But being a witch and practicing witchcraft does not make you a bad person. It does not make you evil. It does not mean that you're going to hell just because you identify with it. In fact, most people step into this path seeking knowledge, seeking a connection to their ancestry, to themselves, to the world around them, to their deity. And there are many ways to go about doing that will help you feel more connected and fulfilled without harming anyone in the process. So it's really grating that people, again, won't bother to do a lick of research, won't even bother to ask, but just assume all these negative things, and quite literally, in a lot of cases, especially in my comments, like condemn you to hell just because you use a certain title or practice, which is crazy. It's crazy to me. But anyway, let's get started. So the second thing that comes up a lot, right in line with witchcraft is evil and witches are evil, is that they are Satanists and devil worshippers automatically if you practice the craft, which is obviously incorrect. Practicing the craft does not need to go hand in hand with any deity work or worship. You can choose to work with energies or elements or any number of things that have no direct correlation to any god. Likewise, you can choose to work with any deity you feel called to, even the Judeo-Christian God, because yes, Christian witches are very much a thing, and contrary to popular belief, they're not new in the slightest bit. And if you look anything like me, you should know, or maybe would like to know, that practicing and praying, as we call it, was quite common amongst our ancestors. And even amongst quite a few of our grandparents. Go and ask your grandma about it. Are there satanic witches? Yes, absolutely. They're generally like the nicest people that do not move about the world wishing any harm or malice on anyone. And I highly suggest that you do your research and don't be afraid to talk to people, to learn about things outside of the realm of your comfort and knowledge. If you're brave enough to cast aside your biases and ignorance, that is. Working with the deity within your craft can be quite a complex thing. It really is. And it may take time for you to find the right one for you. But don't be afraid to explore, and always, always, always do your research first. My third one, you need to practice often, if not daily, in order to really be a witch. Which, I mean, honey, no. As long as you remain interested and aligned with the path, you are a witch. You don't need to practice every day. In fact, trying to do so can be quite daunting. Like, life gets overwhelming and it's chaotic, and a lot can come at you very quickly. It's so easy to be thrown off course due to your circumstances. I mean, I myself have gone months at a time without so much as performing a basic candle spell or putting a glass of water outside to make moon water. And during those times, it's really easy to begin to feel like an outsider or an imposter in your own practice. Just remember to be gentle with yourself. Prioritize your health and your mental health. If you have a deity, talk with them when you can, and slowly make your way back as you're able, when you're able. Your craft and your path will still be there waiting for you, I promise. And if you find this is currently happening to you, there are a few little things you can do to incorporate magic into your daily life to help you maintain that connection. Like with this banana bread, okay? Just a little bit of spice here and a little spice there. You speak to it. Put a little sigil or symbol in there if you like, and boom, you've got yourself some witchy banana bread, okay? It's that easy. And last but certainly not least, please take heed to this if you are brand spanking new to the craft, or if you've been doing this for quite some time, because frankly, I need to remind myself of this almost daily. You do not need a vast collection of books, tools, candles, crystals, herbs, etc. to be a witch. No, you only need yourself and your intentions. Some of the strongest spells are cast with nothing more than those two. If you're just starting out and you only have a few dollars to your pocket, and you want to have something physical to incorporate into your practice, then just go stop by your nearest grocery store and or dollar store, grab a black candle, a white candle, a few basic herbs and spices like bay leaves and cinnamon, and then utilize whatever you have around your house. Loose strings, empty glass bottles or jars, notebooks, pens, mirrors, etc. There's plenty you can do. Plenty you can do with very little. Start small and grow as you're able to. Not every spell has to be a massive, fancy one with 10, 20 plus ingredients. And as you see, there's also plenty you can do with just whatever you have in your kitchen to enhance your magic. When you make yourself a cup of coffee or tea in the morning, stir it 3 times and speak your intentions for the day into your tea. There you go, witchy tea. There's so much, so don't fret over it, okay? You are a witch, you are valid. If this is the path that you feel called to, pursue it. Don't let anybody else or anybody else's opinion stop you. But as I said earlier in the video, and I will say again, please, 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 always do your research. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and seriously, give some banana bread a try. I'm going. I'll see you soon.